Yo, what is up, y'all? Dubsmind here, and we are here for the preview of the Kings game. First of all, let's go W against the Suns. That was fun. Obviously, we almost blew that lead, but it was still good that we got the win. But we gotta get a away game win, on the road. So hopefully we win this one today. We actually got some news today. At least, I mean, it's nothing crazy, but still a little spicy when it comes to the Warriors. So I'm doing this right now. So NBC Sports covered this too, but a lot of people cover this. So KD on Netflix's Starting Five series, it's a second season of a show that they aired on Netflix about the NBA players' daily lives and stuff like that. It's pretty. From what I heard, the season one series was actually pretty bad. But they did a second one, and this is what KD had to say in that one. You have to score basket if you want to win a championship. Playing defense, we can get any one of y'all in here to bend your legs, not touch the ball, slide left and right, and contest a shot. That's easy. But when we're talking about winning at a high level against the best of the best, you cannot just do that and win a basketball game. I don't think he's that wrong, but he's definitely the worst messenger when it comes to this. Because again, you got Draymond Green now, and in the Athletics interview, he said, I think when you look at any team that won a championship, they had a great defense. And if you look at most teams that couldn't quite get over the hump, oftentimes it's because they couldn't get stops. The fact still remains. And I think that those who don't believe it don't win. It's very simple. Those who don't believe defense is as valuable as it is, they simply don't just win. I don't think anyone's really been hell-bent on caring about the opinion of those that don't win because your opinion equals zero. And Sam Amick was, so I hear you, but Kevin has won. Draymond was, he won here, and defense here was Sam Amick. It was incredible, absolutely. So KD actually clapped back, which I didn't even know this happened. I only knew until here and not this tweet. Well, KD actually, so did KD just give up here? Because he said you win, or this guy said offense was insane too, but without defense, Cavs would have scraped y'all back-to-back years because their offense was insane too. You'll just have defense and dial them down, and allow your offense to outscore theirs. So I mean, I guess KD admitted it. But, I mean, honestly, Draymond's true, though. No real championship teams really win with just offense. It's usually a good defensive team. And if I remember correctly, the only team that I personally would say that won on only just one side of the ball is that Pistons team. And that was a defensive team, obviously. I don't think there really has been a single, handily good offense, bad defense team that wins a championship. Obviously, you need both. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but what Draymond says about if you look at teams that couldn't quite over the hump, it's because they couldn't get stops, and that's true. They don't have the point of attack defenders that you would need in clutch situations when it comes to stuff like the finals. And I think, Draymond just is absolutely true with this. I don't think, again, KD's necessarily that wrong, but it's very questionable when you think about the fact that KD only won in with the Warriors every other past team or afterwards. He hasn't won, and they are the typical offensive teams. You think about the Thunder, that was maybe the one solid defensive team is on this besides the Warriors, and even then that was a very good offensive team, I think, more than defensively. But again, they didn't win. You have his Nets tenure, obviously a very, very offensive team. You had KD, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving. You had people like, it's on different iterations, but you had people like Seth Curry, Joe Harris. You had a lot of offensive players there. That wasn't really a good defensive team. And then you have the Suns, again, a very offensive-led team. He had the era of Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and KD. None of those people are good defenders, honestly, besides Chris Paul. And he's only good for his position. And then KD's okay, but he's a big, or not a big, but he's like a wing big. So obviously you expect him to play solid defense. But the personnel around that Suns team wasn't really that good defensively. You had DeAndre Ayton too. It's he's not a defensive big. You think about the tenure after DeAndre Ayton's gone. You had now Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and Kevin Durant. Bradley Beal getting added instead of Chris Paul. That's even worse defensively. And then boom, he can't win. Now you're on the Houston Rockets now, which is a good defensive team. So we'll see how far he can go with the Rockets this season. But again, it's been proven time after time that whatever team KD has not won a championship in, they are all very offensive teams versus defensively. So I think Draymond has the upper hand in this conversation. In my opinion, this isn't even me trying to hate on KD, because again, I really appreciate what he's done for our team for all those years. So again, I don't want to hate too much, but still, I just think what Draymond said is correct. And the thing is, his point was that you can't just do defense and win a basketball game against the best of the best, but you can't do that with just offense either. Offense alone is not going to carry you, because if you're just going to be you know, getting all your players and getting blown by constantly on drives, and you're allowing wide open threes, they're gonna score too. So you just can't win a basketball game without just doing offense. It goes both ways, anyways. But that was a long talk for this small of a thing, so let's just go to the actual game preview now. Warriors versus Kings, let's get it. Sacramento Kings, terrible team. I don't know how they even managed to get 2 wins, but we're in Sac. I think the matchup predictor is only because of the fact that they didn't really do that during the announcements of all these people getting out, because, well, Zach LaVine and Domantas Sabonis are out right now, and then for us, it's Steph, Jimmy, most likely, and Draymond maybe, and Pods maybe. It's kind of funny that De'Anthony Melton isn't here, but he's still gonna be here, obviously. So yeah, right here. So Brandon's day-to-day questionable. Same with Draymond, he's questionable. Steph is out, that was confirmed. Jimmy has been rolled out now, so that's confirmed. Because he was questionable for this Kings game during yesterday's game's press conference. That's what Steve Kerr said. But he's out. He's still out. And then obviously De'Anthony Melton's still going to be out. And for the Kings, I mean, they're all going to be out. Let's just see like what the specifics are. So Zach LaVine back, and Sabonis' ribs. And then obviously Keegan Murray has been out for a long time, so that's that. And so the matchup predictor, I think it should be more closer. It still isn't like the worst thing ever, but I mean, when this team is already bad as is, and you lose your top scorer and you're most likely your best player on this roster, like that's a pretty big hit. With the Warriors, like we're a pretty solid team. You know, 5-3 is not like the most best indicator about like how we're playing this season. And yes, we lost our top 2 guys, but again, it's like we have JK, we have Brandon Podziemski, like those players. Like I think, especially since it is a back-to-back, you always are scared about like how the vets are, but all the vets are out anyways. And then Al Horford didn't play yesterday, so I think we honestly have the upper hand in this game, especially since they don't really have a good big anymore, because Domantas Sabonis was really their only good big. So that's that. Let's just look at their team now. I mean, so let's see, what was their previous starting team, or the people that played? I mean, it was a 6-point loss to Nuggets. That's pretty respectable, but now you're going to roll out a lineup with like Russell Westbrook, Dennis Schroeder, DeMar DeRozan, and I don't know, Devin Carter, or no, probably Keon Ellis, and then Drew Eubanks, your starting center, maybe? Damn, that's honestly not great. That's not great. I mean, they had like Westbrook got a near triple-double, which is damn impressive. DeMar is obviously the most scariest out of the people that are going to play, and then Dennis is, you know, probably might try to do a revenge game against us after we traded him, but yeah, we should not lose this game if Draymond and Podziemski are playing. If they both aren't playing, then I feel like we might lose this game. And that's where I'm at right now. And also if like Russell Westbrook is like playing good again, then we might lose. Cause like, what is his stats? Like, has he been pretty like up and down? He's actually shooting the 3 not terribly. Yeah, he's at 39% right now, so you can't really leave him open, so that is a little scary. He went from 6, 7, 18, 16, 12, 12, 26, so this was kind of a breakout game for him. The other games were like respectable double digits. I think probably holding DeRozan down is important, and then also maybe making Russ just a shooter again, because even though he is shooting well, I still think leaving him open is your best bet. Let's see, they won against the Jazz and the Bucks, and they weren't the best wins. I mean, I know we lost against the Bucks, but that was like a Ryan Rollins revenge game. Versus them with the Bucks, it's like they barely won by 2, and the Jazz, they only won by 1, and every other game has been lost. So, you know, I think we're gonna win this game. But yeah, let's just see their team stats right now. Oh, Malik Monk did not play against Nuggets game, so is he? Let me see. Is he actually? Then that means healthy, because I don't think I saw him on the roster here. Yeah, so I guess Malik Monk might be playing, so that actually is kind of scary now, because that guy really likes to play against us, from what I feel. Well, it says apparently it's a personal issue, so we'll see if he plays today, but it feels like he might not, because if it's a personal thing and there's no news about it, like if he will play, then I feel like this news would have been released pretty early. But yeah, it seems like he probably might not play today too. Okay, never mind. It says like he's not listed on the injury report, so he might play, but yeah, we'll see. If he does play though, now I'm actually gonna feel like we're gonna lose this game, especially with the questionable situation with Pods and Draymond. But I also think like we typically, you know, like let our foot get off the gas pedal if it's like an opponent with like a shortened roster, but we're also a shortened roster, so I feel like we might actually just come out and win this game, honestly. Like this is like a pretty hard matchup to like really talk about just because of the fact that both teams don't have most of their players. Because I mean, even these team stats probably won't help a lot. So they barely shoot any threes. That's one thing. They attempt the least amount of threes in the league. Let's see, what's their good stats? I mean, their field goal percentage is top 10, which is pretty good. And like they get a lot of inside, like the paint shots. But besides that, I mean, I guess they take care of the ball. So that's one thing. But besides that, dude, honestly, they're kind of terrible. Because even though they score well and like they score a decent amount in the paint, they're still the percentage-wise middle of the pack, and they allow the most amount of paint scores in the league, essentially, pretty close to it. And I mean, they have a terrible defense because their field goal percentage is also terrible for opponents. Yeah, 27th in points too allowed, and 26th in personal fouls committed. Like they just feel like a pretty terrible, defensively terrible team. Honestly, though, with JK still on our team and him playing well and him not having a good game yesterday, I feel like he might be ready and queued up for a good game today. And he's probably going to be the X factor. I know, like, because the other games, you know, I've been talking about him as X factor a lot, but this one genuinely feels like it because a lot of it is reliant on him to score well. But also, my boy Will Richard's going to get more minutes, so maybe even Will Richard gets that X factor of the game, honestly, just because of the absence of Steph, maybe even Pods. So you're playing more Pat Spencer and Will Richard, so that might be a cool for me to watch. Yeah, I'll say we have a decent chance at winning, but I wouldn't be surprised if we lost this game. But I really hope we do win this game, so yeah. That's about it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.